Got my little stress ball. And I'm looking for my fan. I don't see it. I think I left it at the house. He still got his shirt off. He think he's slick. He better put his shirt back on. His shirt right here. She better have her shorts on. Oh yeah, she got her shorts on. This candy is nasty. It's too hot to be out here drinking pop, for one. I'm burning up. So I went to the donation. I went to donate blood today. And they told me that I could not donate blood because the last time I donated blood, I was arguing with one of the ladies. But I explained myself. I'm like, the only reason I argued with her was because every time that I only donated blood once. And I didn't have I had transportation the first time I donated. I didn't have transportation this time, and I was coming a far distance. So she said, because I had surgery on my hands, and it's either that or it's either the eczema. Sometimes they chap up to the point where there's blood. And they said if you have like an itty bitty wound, then they can't service you. But they had serviced me before when it was just a tiny, tiny cut. But she said if it's bleeding or oozing, and I brought up the fact that they serviced me before, and I'm like, why is things changing now? And then she was like, I guess she just kept saying like, you will have to come back next time. Like every time I went to donate blood, they kept telling me, come back next time, come back next time, come back next time. I was like, at this point, I'm aggravated. So I did. I wound up yelling at them, and it's because I didn't understand, because it's just, I'm coming all the way out here just for y'all to tell me no, no, no. And I had to explain my situation, but it's just like, I don't know. It's weird because it's just like everything that I get into around here. That's why I was talking to somebody when I was on the bus today, and I was telling him, like, because he was like, yeah, it's hard out here and things will get better. I was like, I've been hearing things will get better for the longest. Have things gotten better? I can't answer that question, but I know my situation have not getting better. I was in an apartment, I went from an apartment to my mom's house. I went from my mom's house to the shelter. I went from the shelter, now I'm homeless. Has things gotten better? Things don't get better. And that's just what it is. I don't feel like things will ever get better. Things don't get better. Your life is what you make it. And the hardest part is the government. You know, life would be so good if we didn't, if we wasn't overruled by the government, period. And there's a lot of people that's talking about, it's like the world, life is a dream. I was like, and I had a conversation with one of these ladies. I was like, yes, life is a dream. Life is someone else's dream. It's not our dream. Life is someone else's dream. We're living somebody else's dream. When will we ever overrule someone else's dream and try to kind of just work on our dream? Work on our dream to being something more than just a dream. Why don't we try to kind of just push away the idea of, or the dream that we are living that someone else's, and just try to work hard to bring our dream to life? We've been living someone else's dream for a long, long time. And I guess this dream of somebody else's, they all came to agreement to where it became life. While we're still in the background, just sitting there. Or if we're not sitting there and we're not watching the dream, we're a part of someone else's dream. It's time to overwrite the author. So yeah. But I am exhausted. I've been getting sleepy vibes. I'm tired. And even when I go to rest, I feel restless. I don't think this vape is good for me no more. I don't think it's good for me no more. This specific vape, maybe it's just this specific vape, but it's salt nicotine. It's too much. I don't know what it is about this one. This one, I don't know what it is, but it tastes different than all the rest of them. And this one is made in the US, built in the USA. And that might just be why this vape just seems irregular. I don't trust the USA. So when he told me, he was all excited. He was like, yeah, it's from the USA. I looked at him like, I don't trust nothing from the USA. I'd rather it be from China than the USA. It looks like it's as toxic as it looks. It looks like the USA. Like, but yeah. Like I said, it do taste like Fruity Pebbles, but usually the sweetest ones is the most toxic ones. Pure example right here. Sweetest ones is the most toxic, most likely. It's called Milky Loops, so maybe Fruit Loops and stuff like that. A cereal type vape, cereal bars. That's what they should call this. Y'all want to see the splash pad? It's the splash pad over there. Hello, just a random. How are you? I'm hitting my toxic vape right now. While I try to vent out this negativity that's in my system that just won't go away. I need to switch bars. Now, I don't know if it's this bar, if it's just me. Good, how are you? I'm okay. Trying to enjoy being outside, but it's hot. I felt so good going to that water though. But as soon as I dried up, I felt sad all over again. Not sad, but just tired. Like, I don't know. Like the water just took all the energy out of me or something. How are you? How's your day going? This is my break away from everything. I've been mentally exhausting myself over these jobs, and the situation just ain't there's no movement. No, you get that ball rolling and it's just stagnating. No, stagnated energy is just like refusing to move right now. I'm trying to move it, but sometimes I just need some help moving this freaking ball, honestly. But usually it's just me pushing it. So it's as good as it's gonna get. And I'm tired and I'm exhausted, you know. Like talking about it is gonna make it any better, and it's not. You know them videos that be like when you speak something. My earring just fell out. Of course, y'all just seen that, but y'all know those videos where you speak something, a word just stay right there. That's how I feel. It could be a whole bunch of words around you just staying like right there. Like dang, like move. When I speak tiredness, move. You know, trying to get these words out of my way, this energy out of my way. But it seems like when you're down, people start to come around. When you are feeling upset or just down in the blue and you just feel lifeless, people comes around. But reverse that energy. You feeling up, you feeling alive, you feeling upgoing, you're feeling positive, you're feeling motivated, you're feeling energetic, you're feeling confident, prideful. Everybody goes away. That's how it be, though. That's really how it be. But maybe we just need to sit back and speak some positivity, some positive words. We can even speak like positive colors. What's positive colors? Green. Green is a positive color. Green is a happy color. Green is a lively color. Green is good. And that's what we learned. We learned green is good. Is green really good? Green looks good, but is it really good? You know, kids don't even like salad or green beans. It got a bitter taste, but it's good for you. So it's just like that positive, that negative, and that positive. Green, the color green is good. The taste is bitter, but the benefits of the green is good. So it's two goods, two positives and one negative. It's a good situation. And if you just look at life that way, not all trees are green. When they start to die, they turn brown. But what's the hope out of this situation of a dying tree? It'll come back next season. It's gone, but it's not really gone, you know? It's still there. The bark is still there. The branches are still there. So therefore, next season, next year, I will see those leaves again, so I don't have to be upset. That's seeing hope or seeing good in negative situations. That's having hope. That's the definition of hope. That's the meaning of hope. It's seeing something that's gone, but knowing that it'll be back. Now, if the tree is completely gone, There's no hope out of that situation. I've had so many hopeless situations, hopeless things, hopeless um yes, experiences in my life, such as having a tree or having a plant. You see the grass or you see the leaves on the plant growing, but then you never and then but then the leaves fall away, and then eventually that plant, you're hoping and you're sitting there waiting that those leaves will come back on that tree or that bush or that that plant that you planted or that you potted. You sit there and wait and you wait and you wait. You don't see no progress. You see a little bit of progress, but what you see is not what you're expecting to see. You know, that's the thing about life. And it's so weird because it's just like that tree once upon a time did have little green pricks on it, you know, leaves, whatever you call it. It wasn't a leaf, but it was like them one trees, like palm trees. So it had that on it, but it also had these white cotton things on it. So I'm just like, okay, you know. But I never seen the leaves start to grow back. The little palm textured leaves. I never seen them come back. But I seen the white cotton balls. So you see the white cotton balls and you're like, okay, something's working here. But then your positive insight to the situation turns to a negative because then you're like, hold up, what if it's fungus? You're like, hold up, what if it's fungus and I'm growing fungus? The fact that you're growing fungus is just like, fungus is a plant. It's actually bacteria as well, but it's a plant and it's a growing, it's life. But do you really want to plant fungus and just live around fungus? But the fact that there's growth, it just makes you not think about the fungus, you know? You start seeing hope to the situation. What's wrong? Hold up. I think she fell. What's wrong, Ari? What happened? Huh? Bunch, don't be breaking glass. Y'all ready to go? Rajay, stop touching that glass. Don't walk over there, Ari. Glass. You ain't gonna get this. Didn't you bring your water? Where's the water? Go get your water. Go drink some water. Excuse you, little boy. Okay. So back to talking about finding in hopeless situations. So as I said, you see that fungus growing. We know it's fungus growing, but the fact that it's growing, it makes you feel as though, yeah, I made progress somewhere. But is it really progress? Or are you growing a mistake? Are you growing a problem? Fungus is not a mistake. Fungus, like I said, is a organism, a living organism. It's just something that we were taught to fear. And yeah. But what if we just let those things grow? My bush, the plant that I potted, was growing fungus. I think it was fungus. I don't know if it was fungus because when I bought the bush, those little white balls were on the tree when I bought it. So I'm just thinking like, okay, it's meant to be like that, you know? And but like I said, the leaves on the tree never grew back. So I let it be. I just let it be. So I brought my own hope into the situation and I went and I planted some grass. I planted a sense of hope in a hopeless situation. You know, everybody was telling me your tree is dead. You know, throw it away, toss it. But I don't care if it's dead. As long as it has life, it's still alive to me. You know, there's some type of life in a situation. I'm not giving up yet. So if this tree is dead, guess what? I'm gonna plant life around that tree, and as long as there is life around that tree, I'm not gonna throw out anything. It's just gonna be a dead tree there, and it's gonna be a living plant right there. I'm not tossing it. I'm not cutting it down. I'm not messing with it like a whole bunch of people do. They toss stuff. They cut it down. They mess with it because, as like I said before, we learn to tamper with things. We've learned to fix mistakes and this, that, and the third. Like I said, what if we didn't? What if those living organisms that we taught were bad, that we're killing off, actually has a purpose in our lives? You know, maybe it'll make our lives better. But the fact that we're cutting these things down, it's a lot of negative energy, and we're wondering why it's a lot of negative energy because there's no balance in the situation. We're not balancing anything.
Can I go over there?
So it's like
What good in there?
you have to have balance. It could be a dead tree and a living tree. That don't mean you get rid of the dead tree because you don't know what's to come out of that situation. It could be a dead tree, but it's a whole bunch of it's producing plants around the tree, you know. But we're taught to give up. We're taught to give up too soon. And when we don't give up at all, we're the problem because we are nurturing the dead. But is that a problem? Is it a problem to nurture the dead? Is it a problem to nurture a dead tree? Obviously, but is it though? Like is it bad to nurture a dead tree if there's life around that tree? You just let it be. Just like when obviously I feel like when people die, I feel like we're not supposed to touch their bodies. We're not supposed to, put them in a casket. We're not supposed to um bury them. I feel like when people die back then, I feel like we were only supposed to leave their bodies where they are and not touch them so that they can go untouched. And when we touch them, I feel like it's bad if you touch the dead. You're just supposed to let it be, and eventually that body will deteriorate into the ground and it will become dust. The bones will be left, but then what happens with those bones? Animals come and they take away the bones. Boom. That's how life is supposed to be. Life is supposed to be just like that. We leave everything where it is. When it dies, when a person dies, they stay right there where they are. Somebody eats the bones. I mean, some animal eats the bones, some animal eats the grass. It just falls where it's supposed to be. But we have learned to touch and to mess with things. Maybe you see a lot of dead and brown grass in the summertime. Grass ain't supposed to be brown. The grass is supposed to be vibrant. It's supposed to be alive. It's supposed to be lively. Why is the grass brown? Why is the summers not as green? Why is the springs in the spring it's kind of like stubbornness, you know? Why is spring late to be sprung? Why is spring late springing? Because we aren't returning life. We're not returning that energy. When a body falls onto the ground and we don't allow that body to be where it is and to deteriorate where it is, to decompose and fall back into where it came from, when we don't allow that to happen, guess what? Life is going to look a little bit darker because we are not returning the energy. Instead, we are putting the energy into this casket, and now we have a whole bunch of boxes or metallic boxes, containment inside the ground, and it's not supposed to be there. We're not returning the energy to earth. And we wonder why we have stagnated energy. That makes sense. Stagnated energy is energy that is placed into the source of the ground, into earth, and it's not supposed to be there. That stagnated energy is those boxes, those caskets. They're not supposed to be there, yet they're there. And now we don't have energy. We're struggling for that energy. We're missing a part. We feel like we're missing something. We're missing that energy that we have trapped inside this metal locked box in the ground. And then you wonder why we're not getting all of what we put into. All that we put into something, we're not getting that back because we set ourselves up for failure. But life has a way. Life is mysterious. God is mysterious. God has a way. You know? It's like you feel like you think you take something away from somebody to prevent growth or prevent progress. And then you walk away only to come back and see that you failed. Because what's meant to happen will happen. Regardless of how you feel about it, regardless of what you do, it'll find a way to break through. Who knows? All of those caskets that's been planted, they could have decomposed. And if they're metal, there's always a way. And when it's not, that's when stuff becomes negative. That's when life becomes negative. And life just, when that negativity is around you or bothering you all the time and you don't know what it is, that's earth. That's the spirit telling you what's the problem and what's the issue. But we've come so far and we've left a lot of things behind and we left a lot of things where it is, and we're not even trying, and we won't look back. You know, we're ignoring the message and we're ignoring whatever the problem is. We're ignoring the spirit of earth. So therefore, this conversation can go on and on and on and on. What? Huh? You said come on. What? Come on. No. Huh? No. No. It is hot and I am about to get off of here. I have my little vent session. My stomach hurts. I need to go get some water. I think I need to go get some water. I don't know. But yeah. I will talk to y'all next time. Like my videos. Go like my videos. Go comment on my videos. Go subscribe to my videos. Um, go share my videos. And yeah, this was just a random moment I had to myself, I guess. I don't know what my battery percent. I'm on 49%. They are enjoying the water. This nail polish is called Funky Fingers. I just noticed that. How rude. I wish I had a charger right now. If my phone don't die on me, I can read this post that I made. It was very interesting. Very, very interesting. If I can get to it. Oh, I'm tired. Oh. I am so unhealthy. I feel so unhealthy. Ugh. I need to lotion my feet before I go. Before we go back. Y'all ready to go? You ready to go? Got myself all over the place. I mean, there we go. What? You your shirt, Monte. What's that sound? What is it? Here.
What's that?
You need to come get your shirt, your pop, and your socks, and your cup. Just socks. We'll put your shirt on.
Hold on,
Get your shirt on.
what's that bucket? Alright. What's that bucket?
Get your shirt on. You're putting it on the wrong way. And then he puts it on backwards.
Mommy, yes. It's
Get your shoes
backward.
on. Oh, nail polish. Get your socks.
Give me a pop. Give me a pop. I said, get your pop. Get your pop. Now where's pop? Are you sleepy?
Yes. I'm tired. Like, I don't know.
Your burger hurt?
Yes, my stomach hurts.
Come on.
Yeah, I will talk to y'all next time. Bye.